This week on Waifus Weekly, we have slimes. Slime waifus, also known as liquid waifus, which depending on the universes, they could either be the weakest creature anywhere or the strongest creature that's nearly unkillable. But there's one thing we can be sure of, that these are probably one of the more polarizing waifus out there. There is a side who thinks that they are the best waifus, while others just want to throw them down a well and hope it doesn't crawl out. Then again, those would probably be classified under eldritch waifus, but anyway. What makes slime waifus so great? Well, we can't talk about slimes without talking about their flexibility, which can vary from universe to universe. Now, what do I mean? Well, some universes like to keep them as cubes or blobs, while in others, they have human-looking forms that can revert back to, well, the most well-known ones we know that can do this is, of course, Sue from Monster Musume. Knowing this, they would probably pretty much be the type of shapeshifter or a mimic that can, well, mimic other creatures, which, as discussed in previous Waifus Weekly episodes, helps with their customizability, making them more versatile for any hobby that they want. But slimes have some aspects from other waifus that makes them a much different combination. They normally possess cool bodies, which would aid in things like fever or heat stroke, meaning they'd be amazing help in tropical places or, the fire world. Besides cool bodies, in some universes they possess medical properties, meaning they serve as excellent healers, like a type of living aloe vera. Added on to the last point, in many universes, they are very immune to poisons, illnesses, and toxins, making them very good nurses, which makes them highly underutilized in writings for some reason. On another note, they also seem to be able to, well, eat anything organic, which would of course be good for saving money, which is an added plus, of course. And no, I'd rather not talk about intelligence because it varies throughout the universes. They can be as dumb as a rock because they don't possess any organs including a brain. Sometimes they can even have average brain power due to experiences in life, as many people have and learning over time. And in other cases, they can even surpass the thoughts of man as they have lived for generations, retaining the memories of previous incarnations, making them absolutely divine. So yeah, it's a bit hard to say, to be honest. And you can't have a Waifus Weekly episode without talking about breeding habits. Honestly, their breeding seems to be simple enough. But keep in mind, most of the time slimes don't really have a gender, but they can mold themselves into a more traditional gendered form. For the male perspective, their entire body is a definition of every hole is a goal, wherein they can manipulate their bodies to form holes for copulation. So, 1 second it's a straddle, another second it's a lewd number. But nextly, for the female perspective, you can of course relate this to tentacle hentai. Do I need to say more? Well, I suppose men can use this too as a form of non-penetrative intercourse, of course, but... that rhymed. So yeah, slime waifus are incredibly underappreciated in many forms of media. Just be careful when dealing with slimes of a more toxic composition, okay?